G'day guys and welcome back to another video on my channel, Nintendo Down Under. That's right, today I am showcasing my Nintendo 64 box console collection, which is worth a whopping $30,000. I'm not talking about any of my boxed games, box controllers, accessories, my kiosk machine. This is just my Nintendo 64 box collection. We're going to go through in depth today every single box, what it's roughly worth, whereabouts you can find it, how rare it is. I'm so excited to get stuck into this video. Stick around. Righto guys, we're going to kick it off in this corner of the room, and my first console is my special limited edition Pokemanic N64 console, which comes with a bonus video VCR of Pokemon. Now this here is actually an Australian variant, but very tricky. Even though I live in Australia, it was very hard to track and get. It's not perfect mint, but it's still in good condition. It comes with everything inside, with the VCR tape, with the inserts. The console was in good condition, so I can't complain. But if you are trying to collect all 16 Nintendo 64 variants, then this one here can be very tricky, even though if you live in Australia like me, to track down. To the right we have the atomic purple color extra controller included, Nintendo 64, the fun machine. Now if you live in say North America, this could be really common, really easy for you guys to get, but if you live here in Australia like me, this was very hard to get, very hard to track down, because this is a North American console variant. And yes, it was hard to track down, but I do have it, and it is in very nice condition and complete. And you know, I guess if you live in North America, maybe a couple of $100 complete you could pick that up for, but here very different. I wouldn't sell this for any less than 500 plus. Yeah, nice little console. To the right, an even better one. Again, another North American exclusive. This one here is mint, mint, mint. Yes, it's got like a little bit of a tiny dent here, but in terms of the whole box, the whole console, when you pull it out, it is very clean. It's the exclusive Toys R Us limited edition gold controller deck. Includes 2 gold controllers. Now, this here is a very rare, hard variant to find. I've seen prices in North America for a beautiful looking box and go up to like $1,500. Here in Australia, that could be worth $2 to $3 grand to the right person. Very awesome variant. The controllers inside, the baggies are inside, everything that needs to be inside that box is there. Now to the right of that is my Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer Limited Edition set. Now here, this is the Australian variant, and the Australian variant is a big box. As I'll go down and talk about that one before, it's a smaller box. That's the UK version. There is a US version, which is a smaller one, but the Australian one is much bigger, much longer. Again, the box is in nice condition, comes with everything it needs. This can be $800 to $1,000 to $1,200 here, just this console alone. Really cool. I always wanted it, and when my wife found it, I was very, very happy. Got it Christmas, I think 2 years ago. Didn't know I was going to get it. It was an awesome thing to unwrap for sure. Now to the right over here, I might just move my chair, hang on. Now this console here could easily be #1 rarest console in my collection, and I'll tell you why. It was estimated between 100 and 500 of these were made in the world. That is hardly any, and if you think about how big the world is, how many countries there are, and how many boxes might have just been thrown straight in the bin, there would not be many of these around. This was only available in Belgium for a techno festival. I think if you bought the console, your ticket came in. I don't have the ticket. If anyone out there has the ticket with this, then far out, you are just loving it, because that means that ticket mustn't have been used for the festival for the reason you bought that console. But yeah, it comes with Super Mario 64, a great controller, super, super rare. It comes with this like, I don't know, this plastic cover here as well. The console flips open. Really cool, awesome story. Yeah, very, very rare. When I go to the right here now, I have a great purple UK, Europe N64, fantastic color. That's actually my most recent pickup, was this purple one. Again, if you live in the UK or Europe, probably easy to pick up, but here in Australia, very tricky. Managed to get it. So the prices change depending where you live and where you got a console from. To the left of that is that Star Wars Episode 1 pod racing console I was talking about earlier. This is the UK variant. A little bit banged up on the corners and stuff, but still complete, still solid, still okay. And there is a US one as well, which I do need to get one day. To the left of that, sorry about the glare, we can see again, this is the European UK smoke grey, fantastic colour. Again, that's probably pretty hard and rare to pick up, maybe complete over there. To get this here in Australia, you're talking, you know, $1,000, $1,500 plus for a nice console like that to get, because they just don't pop up that often. And because of the colour, back in the day, most people wanted their greens and reds and blues. This was more very similar to the grey Nintendo 64, so there's less of these out there, which makes it a bit more rare. Now these next consoles are very unique in terms of, yes, it's a fire orange, it's a great purple, and I have another one down there, smoke grey, clear black, whatever you want to call it, charcoal, but it's a bit different. So this is an Australian variant, but yes, Australia still did get its colours, so here is a normal great purple. But for some reason, they made a series of 3 consoles, the biggest names in games. I can't pull these out because there's consoles on top. And in the biggest names in games set, you can get the fire orange, the great purple, and the charcoal clear smoke grey down there. Now, these vary in price, they really do. Here in Australia, they can go up to, I've seen $2,000 each for really nice clean ones, to maybe $600. Now if you were collecting these, say in Europe, in North America, these could be worth, again, $2,000, $3,000, who knows how much someone wants to pay for it over there, because they're very hard to collect if you're a completionist. So it really varies. I've picked these up for good prices. I've seen the market go up and down with these ones, but they are still very nice, very clean, and much more of a limited run compared to more your other purples and oranges over there. But really cool story behind that. The biggest names in games, great fire and charcoal, very cool. To the left of that, we have my Toys R Us limited edition exclusive extreme green controller, again from North America. I love, sorry about the glare, it's in a shocking spot. I love the color of this. The color of the extreme green is awesome, and I really wish Nintendo made an extreme green console. I reckon that would have been really popular. The controller is awesome. In America, probably, I don't know, might be tricky to pick up, but here in Australia, very, very hard to pick up. That's easily worth about $1,000 right there on its own, because of the rarity and how hard it is to get. We go to the left here, again, hang on, I might move my chair over. We have the same thing. Again, I'm so sorry about the glare. Protective cases and plastic and light suck for recording. But this one here, again, comes with a Toys R Us limited edition gold controller. Not quite as rare and hard to get as that. You know, again, in North America, that might go really cheap. Here in Australia, $500, $600, $700, $800, depending on condition, depending on the person who really wants it badly. And a very basic one to the left is my Nintendo 64 limited edition gold controller here in Australia. That's worth $250, $300, $350. You know, so that there, the price here in Australia, that might be just like getting that over in North America, but because it's harder to get here in Australia, that is worth a lot more than just say that, even though they both just come with a gold controller. Moving down now, we go into some nice colors here. I think this was the first color I ever picked up when I was collecting a long time ago. I have my ice blue Nintendo 64 console. The color of the blue looks awesome. Out of all the color variants, this is probably the most banged up one I have. You know, it's got a bit of a dent here, a few pencil marks, it's a little bit rough. One day I might have to upgrade that box. Very popular color, very common, but still prices up and down. You could probably pick this up, I don't know, maybe $500 if you're lucky. I've seen this go, a real mint one, for, you know, $1,500 here in Australia. This one here, probably $500 to $600. To the right here, just your standard great purple Nintendo 64. You know, there it is, the story I was telling before about this one. Exact same console, you get the exact same things inside, but it just doesn't have that biggest names and games on it, whereas this one, that one does, this one doesn't. That one is more collectible, sorry about the glare again, this one is not as much. Still very popular color, looks really awesome. It's known as Midnight Blue in Japan. Again, probably $500, $600, $700 depending on condition. My Jungle Green N64, my favorite color. I'm a big green fan. I love the green. The Jungle Green look of this Nintendo 64 looks really awesome, really cool. Again, probably the ice blue, the grape, and the green are the more common colors to find, but do you know what? The market here is tricky. You can't just go on eBay right now and say, hey, I want to buy an ice blue, I want to buy a grape purple, I want to buy a jungle green, because they're just not there. When I first started collecting, there was always 4 or 5 different options. Now you're lucky with 1, or if you're really lucky, there might be 2 on there, sometimes none at all. Now to the right of this, watermelon red. For some reason here in Australia, they did jungle green, they did grape purple, they did ice blue, and they did fire orange, but they did not do watermelon red. We didn't get watermelon red here in Australia. As you can see at the top here, we don't have the Fantastic. We don't have it. Whereas this one does have the Fantastic series, and this one doesn't. On the side here, well, hang on something. It shows you the 4 colors that you can collect for. On the American one, it's got all of the colors. So again, we didn't have the smoke. I should point that out as well. We didn't have the smoke. We only got the smoke gray in that biggest names and games on. We didn't get a just standard one just like that. And for some reason they chucked a grape purple and orange. Maybe what they could have done, instead of doing the grape purple and orange, if they wanted to do just the 4 colors, they could have done a watermelon red and what they've done here, charcoal grey, in the biggest names and games. So they might be a little bit confusing if you didn't quite follow that, but nevertheless, long story short, we didn't get a watermelon red. Now watermelon red is still all over the world quite a popular color to collect for now, because I don't know, for some reason it wasn't as a popular choice back then, not as many out there, so it's quite hard to find. So because there's none here in Australia, now a box like this, you know, it's not perfect, it's in pretty decent nick, little bit of a rip here, still fine. Got this from a friend in America. He hooked me up with this a long time ago. We did a trade. Bloody hell, here in Australia, if someone put this online, you'd easily get 1,000 plus, because it just does not come up. I never see these watermelon reds come up here on eBay in Australia. They just don't, because they weren't here, so it was harder to get them over here. So very collectible indeed. And here we just have the other fire orange, probably the most second rarest color to collect. Again, I think the blue, purple and green are easier. The orange here in Australia, probably the next hardest one. And this box is in very nice condition as well. And again, I've seen this sell for stupid money, $1,500 to $2,000. Going down a little bit further now, and we have my Mario pack. Now this Mario pack is a UK European variant. I'm pretty sure just UK. Correct me if I'm wrong down there, someone in the comments. But yeah, look, it's not perfect. Again, a couple of sticker marks. It is a sleeve console, so as you can see, the sleeve goes around just normal Nintendo 64. Not too bad box art. Here in Australia, geez, it's a real tricky one, because again, you don't see this for sale, but $8,000-$9,000 easy. Now we're getting into a really juicy console. My Zelda Ocarina of Time Nintendo 64 variant from, again, Belgium. Now they're saying that this console here, there was about, again, 250 made of this console, and again, you have to think how big the world is, how big the population is. Some of these boxes might have just been ripped up on Christmases or birthdays. Not many say, like my box is nowhere near like perfect, but do you know what? A console like this, But because it's Ocarina of Time, one of the best games ever made in a lot of people's eyes, because it is Zelda, because it is Nintendo, because it is Nintendo 64 and there's not many around, this is easy a 5k console. I've seen this go for stupid prices. There is a Zelda, a Scandinavian like gold one that I don't have, that I've seen sell for a crazy price. I've offered before. I know someone who's selling it and they said, yep, you got to give me 8 grand. I'm like, holy shit, I don't have 8 grand just to drop on one console. But one day, again, extremely rare, look, easy 5k. Now this Pokemon Stadium battle set, again, pretty confident this is a North American variant. It comes with all sorts of things, but unfortunately my variant doesn't have. It doesn't come with the Pokemon card, and I don't have the trainer's journal. That's a real shame. Everything else in here is pretty good. The box is in okay condition. Here in Oz, bloody hell, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000, depending who wants to pay for it. Pokemon, again, is so collectible. This just does not come up here in Oz. Very lucky to have this. Very lucky to have so many variants, really, because collecting in Australia, these sorts of things can be really tricky, and I've been very lucky over the years to find things. But yeah, crazy price. Again, a Pikachu Nintendo 64 set, Toys R Us exclusive. It comes with the Hey You Pikachu game pack, got that, and all this other stuff. It comes with all the baggies inside. It's complete. The box is in not too bad a condition. Easy over 1k, $1,200, $1,500 console, just worth a lot of money. And here is the other console that I keep talking about, the biggest names in games, charcoal grey and 64. The only way you could get a charcoal grey here in Oz was to buy it in this variant. They didn't do it in the Funtastics. They didn't really call it Funtastics here in Australia. But yeah, very nice, very clean box. Again, easy $1,200, $1,500 box, depending on the condition, of course. Going down a little bit further, my Donkey Kong 64 pack. Love the box art on this. This game is so controversial in terms of, it's just really a collectathon. Some people really love the 3D aspect of Donkey Kong. I do, and I wish they could keep pushing in that direction. Some people don't like it. They like the 2D. They said it's just a bit tedious trying to collect everything in this game. It can be hard. It can be a collectathon. The console itself, again, a European UK variant. There is one in America which I don't have, which instead of coming with a grey N64 comes with a jungle green. I would love to have that, add that to collection. Maybe one day, who knows, because some of these consoles I thought I would never have, and I do. To the right of that, one of the most popular games on the N64, one of the most popular James Bond movies, GoldenEye 007 Nintendo 64. Love the artwork on that with the fire in the background, Pierce Brosnan. I've got some, look, a GoldenEye VCR tape there, wasn't enough Blu-ray, GoldenEye VCR there, another GoldenEye Blu-ray, so got a little bit there. Again, pretty sure this is a UK variant, pretty common, I'm pretty sure over there. I go on eBay a lot and I see a lot of these for sale, selling for all sorts of money, to $3 to $5 to $6 to $1,000. Here in Australia, this could be easily $6, $7, $8, again $1,000 depending on the time. This one here to the right, the artwork here isn't as nice as that one, but this one here is way rarer. This is a Scandinavian variant from like Sweden, Norway area. This is crazy rare. Not as many of these were made. Does come with a Super Mario 64 game pack also included. Yeah, this one is crazy. This is about easy $1,500 to $2K console right there. The Scandinavian consoles, there are some I don't have that I really need to get one day. They just sell for crazy prices. Now, my most favorite Nintendo 64 game, my favorite Nintendo 64 console variant I have, well, it's not a console variant, it's a box variant, Banjo-Kazooie. Love it, love the artwork too, all the background, but really careful. The light doesn't do it justice, and what I love how angry Banjo is with Bertie. That's like crazy, like Banjo's destroying Kazooie. I would love if they did a Banjo-Kazooie Nintendo 64 special edition. That would have been so cool. They didn't. This here, for example, I've seen one other ever listed on eBay, and it's still listed on eBay right now if you search for it. It's in terrible condition. My box is in such better, nice condition, and they're selling theirs for like $5,200, and there's like 50 plus people watching it because they're so interested in it. So if that really rough box is selling for $5,200, then I couldn't imagine what I could potentially get that for here in Australia. Such a popular game, such an awesome looking box art. Yeah, $5,200 for a really beat up box. Go on eBay and check it out if you like now, but yeah, crazy. Here we have the Formula 1 World Grand Prix 2 box. Now look, I understand this box is very beat up. The sleeve that goes around the N64, it's seen better days. There's scratches, there's bumps, there's little tears, but do you know what, I can't be too picky because again, this console, very rare. The estimated to 500 to 1,000 of these were made back in the day, and again, the population of the world, people ripping boxes apart. You know, me living here in Australia, I just don't see these pop up. Happy to have it to my collection. It's still worth a bit of money. Don't get me wrong, this console is easily a $500 plus console right there. If it was in better condition, I could get crazy 1 to 1.5 to 2K for that, no worries. But because it is a bit beat up, but it does come complete, probably around $500-ish. Now, below here is my Spotlight Nintendo 64. The protective case, the light, the glare does not do this thing justice. It is mint as it can be. Very rare Australian exclusive variant here. I love the Spotlight with Banjo-Kazooie and Pikachu, Mario, Donkey Kong, Mario in the background. Awesome. This here is easily $2,000 to $3,000 to $4,000 console right there here in Australia. If I was selling this overseas, I've had offers for $5K plus for that. I'm not a seller, I'm a collector, but it's just such a nice mint looking box that, yeah, I really love having my collection. That does not come out of the protective case because I don't want to do any little dents or nothing to it. But yes, I've had lots of people offer me money for that one as well. Now to the left here I've spoken about this a lot lately, done a video on this probably maybe a month or so ago. My Perfect Dark Nintendo 64 Scandinavian variant. The story with this one, I don't know, there's a lot of mysteries with this one. You need to go check out my unboxing of this, my Perfect Dark console I did a month ago. I'll go in way more depth about it because there's a few mysteries that just need to be solved with this. But it does come with a Jungle Green N64 sticker. I've seen people have stickers for the Smoke Grey, for purple. Again, very rare. Maybe 500 of these were made, estimated to have been made. And this console here goes for stupid prices. You're looking at, again, $4 to $5K easy for something like this. Even though it's a little bit beat up, it's just in demand, very rare, hardly any made. Now my Formula 1 World Grand Prix Le Pack. This one is a French variant. Again, not many of these were made. About a 500 to 1,000 estimated. Very popular console in terms of, again, I had a lot of Formula 1 people I've asked about it. Not so much the other one because it's a little bit more beat up. This one has been very popular with a lot of people here in Australia. Easy, again, 1,500 plus if I wanted to sell that, because it just does not come up a very rare variant. Now back into my color variants as well, we have my lighter blue Nintendo 64 Pikachu console, and over the years of collecting I've seen these consoles definitely go up in price. I picked these up for a couple of $100 locally here in Australia. Now they don't really pop up here in Australia, and when they do, people are asking for like $1,000 plus. They're getting much harder to collect for, much harder to find, and because Pokemon is just getting more and more collectible, like Nintendo fans and Nintendo 64 fans like collecting, but people that don't even like Nintendo maybe and more into Pokemon, they'll get these because they're Pokemon collectors. Like, there's just more people. You got to deal with Nintendo fans, 64 fans, Pokemon fans. A lot of more people want these sorts of things for their collection for different reasons. But if this is the first time you've ever seen one, it's really cool. The Pokeball is the power button, Pikachu's foot is the reset, and his cheek lights up when you turn the console on. Really cool. And the exact same here with the orange one. Love the bright orangeness of that. That looks so cool. Really awesome. Same sort of thing with the Pokeball and the foot and the cheek. Now to the bottom here, we have my ice blue transparent white bottom here. This is a Japanese exclusive. Pretty sure, now correct me if I'm wrong, there is a either North American one or a European one, which is again the same design of this. It's not a Japanese one, and on the corner it just tears off with like a Super Mario 64 sort of, I don't know how to describe it, the page is being torn off. I don't know if that's European or if that's North American off the top of my head, but feel free to drop the comment down below. This is one of the first consoles I got from overseas when I first started collecting. A nice, clean, very, very clean, mint, nice gold Japanese Nintendo 64. And the box never does the consoles justice. When you actually pull the gold console out, if you don't have one, it's just so nice. Like, it's really well done. I really, really love it. Yeah, one of my first I collected. Now, the rarest color variant in the world. The Just Go 30th Anniversary Nintendo 64. This was only available in Just Go stores in Japan for their 30th anniversary. Now, I'm pretty sure once they'd done their 30th anniversary, the store changed their name altogether, so I don't know, their promotion was a bit, a bit stupid really, because they did this to promote their store and they changed it. But really, really awesome. One of my favorite variants. You got that smoke clear grey with that transparent white. Some people, I'm luckily been fine. This white area here has yellowed. Some of their nice Just Go consoles have yellowed, and once it's yellowed, it's pretty much permanently done. Means it's a bit of sun damage. That's a real shame. Really drops the value in this. I've got no worries there. It comes complete with all the baggies and foam and instruction manuals. Very nice. Being a rare color variant like this, depending where you are from the world, again, $1,000 to $1,500 to $2,000 to $2,500 to $3,000, depending how hard it is to find, depending on the condition, depending where you are in the world, and depending how bad you want it and the market at the time. Next up is my Direhawks Nintendo 64. Sometimes this console can be a little bit easier to pick up, sometimes it can't. Sometimes this console can challenge the Just Go for the rarest color variant, and sometimes not. I don't know, it's always a changing market with this console. And what I love about this one is the orange and black is different to any other color of the console. So this orange here is different to your Fire Orange N64s, and it just looks really, really nice. The clear Direhawky orange with that matte black bottom looks really awesome. It was estimated to about 5,000 to maybe 10,000 of these were made, so plenty were out there to get, so that's why it does pop up. It was only available in Dire Store in Japan, and its real name is simply N64 Dire, often called the Direhawks, referring to a Japanese baseball team. And like I said, the orange and black color is actually different from any other Nintendo 64. So lots of cool little stories to go with that. Lots of cool stories to go with every console, really. And my last one is my Japanese sort of clear red, watermelon red, pinky color with the white bottom. Pretty sort of common to pick up in Japan. You can go on eBay and there's normally some sort of Japanese listing salesperson or seller listing this console in their store or in their shop, and you can pick this up pretty easy, a bit like the ice blue white one over there. Compared to some of the other consoles as well. So in terms of variants, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We have 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38 Nintendo 64 consoles. And yes, I have a lot. I have a lot of N64 consoles, but you know what? There is so many out there I still need to get. And yeah, I'm always on the search for them, always on looking for good deals. I can't wait to watch and see this thing grow, so I keep updating you guys on my N64 wall, because it's just one of my most favorite things to collect for. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. What did you think of my boxed N64 collection? Do you have a favorite variant? Do you have some of these variants in your collection? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, take care.